Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Now trackies, that mouth-watering clash that we were looking for, the imminent battle that had the likes of Julian Alfred from St. Lucia. We're talking about Dina Asher-Smith from Great Britain, as well as Jamaicans Kevona Davis, Laneta Vade Thomas. We're talking about Brianna Liston and Dejanay Oakley. That clash track is now over and done with. And I'm telling you, the results are jaw dropping. Yes. But before trackies, I get into that mouth watering clash. Let's take a look at the men's long jump where we registered a world leading trackies jump from our very own world silver medalist Wayne Pinnock. Now, trackies Wayne Pinnock here lined up and leapt out to a phenomenal 8.34 meters to walk away with the win in the men's long jump. He's signaling his intent clearly for glory come Paris. Now, trackies in second place was Isaac Grimes. He leapt to 7.74 meters. And in third place was Kaisley Daniel. He leapt to 7.64 meters. Now, clearly, trackies, Wayne Pinnock defeated this field by a landslide. It wasn't even close, showing his caliber in the men's long jump and showing that he didn't win a silver medalist and was world leader for 2023 in the men's long jump as a fluke. He's definitely in this event, trackies, to take over, and we can't wait to see how his season progresses.
Well, just gonna get back to the drawing board. It's a very great season opener. I'm very grateful for that. Um, as I said, I'm just going back to the drawing board and you know get some stuff and I get my approach right. And then go there and get it done. It's like it's a thing for me. A location that I had opened first. Um, I just always wanted to go back there and show the world what I could do. Open with a new with a great PB. So as I say, I'm forever grateful. I prayed about it, and I came out here and executed. There's many more to accomplish. As I say, like I'm just gonna go back, fix some stuff, and for sure, it's my first jump for the season. So when it gonna be like my second competition for sure. That gave me the motivation, knowing that going to the world championship, got a silver, and also finish off with a world lead. That gave me the motivation to you know, just have a calm attitude, go out there, show everyone, the respect they deserve, and just compete. Well, me and Coach G was, we were working on some stuff, technically, getting my sprinting better. I've been doing tremendously well in practice. From last year, ending off the season, coming back, I'm looking way much better from then. So I'm open to see many more. As I say, I just put everything in God's hand and just pray about it.
Now, Chuck is moving on over to that women's 200-meter clash. Yes, the clash that we have all been waiting to hear. Track is the University of New Mexico Collegiate Classics Women's 200 meters Invitational lived up to its billing. Track is it lived up to the hype. Now, these women definitely showed up and showed out. And one woman stood atop, destroying, utterly dismantling the entire field, making everybody look like they weren't even trying. Now, track is in Heat 1 for this women's 200 meters, we saw the likes of Julian Alfred line up. We saw Kevona Davis line up and we saw Dina Asher-Smith line up. And trackies, the race was hot. The race was burning trackies. Julian Alfred left the track on fire and utterly destroyed everybody in the race. Now walking away with that win, as I said, Julian Alfred running a world leading 22.16 seconds. Absolutely phenomenal. Now behind her finishing second was Kevona Davis running a time of 22.90 seconds. Now unfortunately, Dina Asher-Smith in this race did not finish. Now trackies, I have to be wondering, was the heat too hot to handle for Dina Asher-Smith? Trackies, Dina's current status is unknown. We're wishing her all the best. Now, in the second heat, lined up Laneta V. Thomas, and she finished second in this race, trackies. Now, taking the win was Jasha Shares. She ran a time of 22.57 seconds. And in second place, as I said, was Laneta V. Thomas, running 22.72 seconds. Now, in the third heat, we saw the likes of Brianna Liston here. Now, we've been dying to see Brianna Liston over that 200 meters. As for us, it is her pet event. Now, taking the win, trackies, was Ayana Gray, running a time of 23.03 seconds. Now, in second place was Denisha Page, running a time of 23.12 seconds. And Brianna Liston was third, running a time of 23.16 seconds. Now, trackies, looking at Brianna Liston's time at face value, you may be thinking, that time isn't quite as fast as I thought she would go. But trackies, let me stop you right there, because Brianna Liston was definitely on target, on pace to clock a sub 23 time, definitely challenging some of those fastest times that were already clocked earlier on in the meet. However, trackies, coming off that final bend, Brianna Liston leading, clearly trackies felt some discomfort, and from there she continued to push, and unfortunately trackies, she felt again, and the discomfort showed on her face. And by this time, trackies, the other two athletes definitely caught up, surpassing her, hence Brianna Liston finishing in third, running a 23.16 second time. Now, trackies, it's the indoors, and it's definitely not my favorite place for Brianna Liston to run, especially considering that I did a video recently saying it may not be the best place for her to run, considering that she is considered an injury-prone athlete. But with that said, trackies, I could definitely see the effort in Brianna Liston, her wanting to run and clock a super fast time. So definitely for me, I'm wishing her all the best, and I hope that the discomfort that she felt does not lead to anything more serious, causing her to potentially miss the racing that she clearly loves to do. Now, Shaq is moving on over to the fifth heat with Dejanay Oakley. She walked away with a win, running a phenomenal time of 23.34 seconds. But Trackies overall, the overall winner, Trackies, by a landslide, was Julien Alfred. No one came close to this performance that she delivered today, running that 22.16 seconds. Now, Trackies, interestingly, when I think about Julien Alfred, I talked about her earlier, going for that 60-meter world record potentially. But I ain't gonna lie, based on how Julien Alfred is running, she could very well be after that indoor 200-meter world record held by our very own Merlene Ottey. Now, Julien Alfred is the second fastest woman in history over that 200-meter distance. So it's not far-fetched, trackies. It is definitely not far-fetched for Julien Alfred to be attempting, in my opinion, possibly that 200-meter time. Now, when you look at the differences in time, though, it will take some doing for Julien Alfred to get there. However, it's definitely possible. Now, the fastest time ever run by Merlene Ottey was 21.87 seconds, and the second fastest time ever by Julien Alfred is 22.01 seconds. So she definitely has some going to go, trackies, but it definitely is not impossible. And I'm not gonna lie, the vibe I'm getting, Julien Alfred looks like she's out to get that 200-meter indoor world record, or, world best as it's so famously called. With that said, trackies, Julien Alfred clearly dismantled the field, but our girls still came out and did the best they could and put on some fabulous times for themselves. Now, this is the first time for the season all of them are running the 200 meters. So this is a very, very strong performance, an opening performance from our Jamaican athletes. Now, overall, taking the win in this event was Julien Alfred with her 22.16 seconds. Laneta V. Thomas finishes third overall with a time of 22.72 seconds. Kevona was fourth overall with her time of 22.90 seconds. Brianna Liston was seventh overall with her time of 23.16 seconds. And Dejanay Oakley was ninth overall with her time of 23.34 seconds. All season's best trackies, all fantastic runs, and it can only get better from here. Now, Kevona Davis right now is the it girl from Texas and clearly leading it for Texas with her 22.90 run. Same thing for Brianna Liston. She's the it girl over there now at LSU, and she leads the charge for LSU with her 23.16 seconds. So let's jump over to the unseeded women's 200-meter dash. Now, in this race, trackies, we had Gariel White line up, and she finished finished sixth overall, running a time of 23.79 seconds, which is a new personal best for her. Now, taking the win was Ania Bingham, running a time of 23.42 seconds. In second place was Jana Downey. She ran a time of 23.52 seconds. And in third place was Kennedy Porter, running a time of 23.68 seconds. Now, Chucky is jumping over from the New Mexico Collegiate Classic straight over to the South Carolina Invitational. We had some Jamaicans line up here. But before we get to those Jamaican Shackies, I have to shout out one Stephen Gardner. Yes, world champion Stephen Gardner is back, and he's back in banging fashion trackies, running the second fastest time, second to only himself in the men's 300 meters. Now he walked away with the win, running 31.78 seconds. So trackies, the former world champion is back, and look here, he's saying, Antonio Watson, watch out because I have returned. But you don't know, as a Jamaican, we know Antonio Watson's got it. So come with all you got, Stephen Gardner, and definitely Antonio Watson will respond. Now, Chucky is moving on over to the women's equivalent, the women's 300 meters. We had here line up Cherokee Young. Now, in this race, she walked away with the second place, running 37.38 seconds. Now, in the first place was Quinera Hayes. She ran a time of 36.36 seconds, which currently stands as a world leading time. In third place was Tara Robinson Jones. She ran a time of 38.44 seconds. Now, Chuckies, a man that we were asking about yesterday, just last night we were talking about him, wondering what he was up to. Well, guess what? He has now popped his head out, and we're talking about Andrew Hudson. Now, in his season opener, Chuckies, in the men's 60 meters, he walks away with the win. Yes, so Andrew Hudson has stepped out. We were calling, and he answered. Now, he has stepped out, running a time of 6.74 seconds in the men's 60 to take the win. In second place was Miles Stevens. He ran a time of 6.89 seconds. And in third place was Donovan Jackson. He ran a time of 6.92 seconds. Now, track is jumping over to the Charlie Thomas Invitational. We had Kamara White line up here in the women's 200-meter finals, and she walked away with the win in a new personal best time of 24.19 seconds. Behind her was Tajay Badal. She ran a time of 24.20 seconds. And in third place was Kennedy Swan, running a time of 24.42 seconds. Now, track is over at the Dock Hill VT meet. We had Okira Mary and Kayla Bunnock line up here in the women's 60 meters. Now, walking away with the win was Kaylin Tate, running a time of 7.44 seconds. Akira Mary was second, running a time of 7.45 seconds. And in third place was Taylor Swift, running a time of 7.49 seconds. In fourth place was Kayla Bunnock, running a time of 7.51 seconds. All right, so trackies, sound off in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Like the video and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.